Vincent van Gogh, A Life in Color. In the spring of 1890, in the small French village of Arles, a troubled man walked into a wheat field with a revolver and shot himself in the chest. He would die 2 days later, with his beloved brother Theo at his bedside. His name was Vincent van Gogh. Today, we recognize him as one of the most influential artists in human history. Yet, during his lifetime, he sold just one painting. This is the story of a man who saw the world differently, who captured emotion, light, and movement in ways never before imagined, and whose personal anguish fueled a creative legacy that would change art forever. Vincent Willem van Gogh was born on March 30th, 1853, in the Dutch village of Zundert. The son of a pastor, young Vincent was thoughtful and temperamental, qualities that would follow him through life. Before he ever picked up a paintbrush with serious intent, Vincent worked as an art dealer, a teacher, a bookseller, and even pursued becoming a minister like his father. All these paths led to disappointment. It wasn't until 1880, at the age of 27, that Vincent decided to dedicate himself to art. With no formal training, he taught himself to draw, then to paint, starting a creative journey that would span just 1 decade, but produce over 2,100 artworks. Vincent, reading from actual letters. I want to make drawings that touch people. In either figure or landscape, I would like to express not something sentimentally melancholic, but deep sorrow. From the beginning, Vincent was drawn to capturing the dignity of ordinary people, peasants, miners, weavers, those whose lives were marked by toil and hardship. In 1886, Vincent moved to Paris to live with his younger brother Theo, an art dealer who supported Vincent financially and emotionally throughout his artistic career. Here, Vincent's palette transformed. The dark, earthy tones of his Dutch period gave way to vibrant colors as he encountered Impressionism and Japanese woodblock prints. He befriended avant-garde artists including Paul Gauguin, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, and Émile Bernard. In Paris, Vincent created masterpieces like his series of sunflower paintings, radiant yellows against vibrant blue backgrounds, works that seemed to pulsate with their own inner light. Vincent said, "There is no blue without yellow and without orange. And if you put in blue, then you must put in yellow, and orange too, mustn't you?" But Paris was overwhelming for Vincent's fragile mental state. The noise, the socializing, the absinthe, it all became too much. In February 1888, seeking solace and inspiration, Vincent traveled south to Arles. He fell in love with the landscape of Provence, its golden wheat fields, blossoming orchards, and the extraordinary quality of light. It was here that Vincent created some of his most celebrated works: Café Terrace at Night, The Yellow House, Starry Night over the Rhone. Vincent said, "The countryside here seems to me as beautiful as Japan, for the clarity of the atmosphere and the gay color effects. Water forms patches of beautiful emerald and rich blue in the landscapes. The sun, a light that for want of a better word I can only call yellow, bright sulfur yellow, pale lemon gold." Vincent rented the Yellow House in Arles, dreaming of creating an artist colony. He invited Paul Gauguin to join him, hoping for companionship and artistic exchange. For a brief time, the two created art side by side, but their temperaments clashed. Vincent's emotional intensity wore on the more reserved Gauguin. Their relationship deteriorated, culminating in the infamous incident where, during an argument, Vincent cut off part of his own ear with a razor. The ear incident marked the first of several serious psychological breakdowns. Vincent voluntarily committed himself to the St. Paul de Mossel Asylum in nearby Saint-Remy in May 1889. Yet even in this darkest period, Vincent's creativity flourished. From the windows of the asylum and its garden, he painted irises, the starry night, and numerous landscapes, works of stunning beauty born from profound suffering. Vincent said, "I put my heart and soul into my work, and have lost my mind in the process." In these paintings, we see Vincent's distinctive style fully realized: bold brushstrokes, impasto technique, swirling patterns, and colors that seem to vibrate with emotional intensity. Reality transfigured through the lens of feeling. In May 1890, Vincent left the asylum for Auvers-sur-Oise, a village outside Paris, to be closer to Theo and under the care of Dr. Paul Gaucher, himself an amateur artist and collector. Here, in his final 70 days, Vincent painted with astonishing speed and conviction, creating nearly one canvas per day. Wheat field with crows, church at Auvers, and portraits of Dr. Gaucher showcase an artist at the height of his powers. Yet Vincent's inner turmoil persisted. On July 27, 1890, he walked into a wheat field with a revolver. He was 37 years old, reading from Theo's letter to his wife after Vincent's death. He himself wanted to die. When I sat at his bedside and said that we would try to get him better and that we hoped that he would then be spared this kind of despair, he said, "La tristesse durera toujours." The sadness will last forever. I understood what he wanted to say with those words. Theo van Gogh, devastated by his brother's death, died just 6 months later. It was Theo's widow, Jo van Gogh-Bonjour, who dedicated herself to preserving Vincent's legacy, organizing exhibitions, publishing his letters, and ensuring the world would come to recognize his genius. Today, Van Gogh's paintings hang in the world's most prestigious museums. Portrait of Dr. Gaucher sold for $82.5 million in 1990, making it one of the most expensive paintings ever sold. The artist who sold only one painting in his lifetime has become one of the most beloved in history. Vincent's story reminds us that artistic vision may go unrecognized in its time. It shows us that beauty can emerge from suffering. But perhaps most importantly, it reveals how one individual's unique way of seeing the world can ultimately change how we all see. Well, my own work, I risked my life for it, and my reason has half foundered because of it. That's all right. But you are not among the dealers in men as far as I know, and you can still choose your side. I think, acting with humanity, but what's the use? In just 1 decade of dedicated painting, Vincent van Gogh didn't just create art. He created a new language of color and emotion that continues to speak to us across the centuries. Through his eyes, we see wheat fields rippling like golden oceans, night skies pulsating with cosmic energy, and simple sunflowers radiating a divine light. In Vincent's vision, the ordinary world is revealed as extraordinary, suffused with feeling, movement, and life.